The Emirati Korean Friendship Society was launched a couple of months ago in Abu Dhabi, UAE, to promote cultural exchange between the two countries and to build bridges between the communities. Humaid Al-Ahmadi is the chairman of the society, and we have him on the line to tell us more. Hello, Mr. Ahmadi.
Hi, Miss Anne.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Thank you very much for taking the time out to speak with us today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, actually. First of all, very warm greetings from across the biggest continent of the world, from the capital of the United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi, to the wonderful people of Korea.
Yeah, great. You're the president of the Emirati Korean Friendship Society. Tell us how it all began.
Okay. Well, first, let me explain what Emirati means for our listeners here. Emirati means the people from UAE. So people from Korea are called Korean, and people from UAE is called Emirati.
Yeah.
Well, to answer this question, actually there's two parts of it. First part is how my interest in Korea began, and the second part is how this society started. My interest in Korea actually began in January 2002. So I always say, like, before January 2002 and after January 2002. And that year I visited several countries. It happened that one of them was Korea. And it was only 3 days that I stayed there that year. But it was enough to trigger something in my mind that I felt really comfortable, and I wanted to learn more about this wonderful culture. So since then, I started reading and I started getting to know better about this, and I found it very fascinating. Until I started to learn the language myself, and I wanted to share the culture with the people here. So at the back of my mind, I've always wanted to exchange the culture, because I got to know more about the culture. So thinking, why not introduce the Korean culture back in the UAE and also introduce our culture to the Korean people. And then the story of how to establish this Emirati Korean Friendship Society began. So as I said, I had this in the back of my mind. Then one day I was participating in the exhibition, one of the exhibitions here in Abu Dhabi. What happened is I got to encounter one of the Korean housewives, and she told me she'd been in the UAE for a year, but she never had a chance to get to know about our culture. And then I was thinking, it's not that the Emirati people don't like to share their culture. We love to share our culture. We love to introduce our culture. And I know also the Korean people love to share their culture as well. And then I was like, why not, create a platform to introduce the Korean culture in the UAE and at the same time introducing the Emirati culture to the Korean people. And that's how things started.
Yeah. And how proficient are you in your Korean language now?
Well, I'm still learning. I'm at the beginning. Yeah.
I understand that the society organizes a Korean-speaking group every other week.
Yes. This is actually a part of the events that we do as part of the cultural exchange programs that we have. Basically, what happens is that we have a casual gathering twice a month, like every other week. We meet with a native speaker, and on that part, actually, I'd like to thank the Korean embassy in the UAE, and in particular, Mr. Cho, for sparing his time with us during the weekend in order to help us practice our Korean. So it's a casual gathering. We talk in a relaxed way over a brunch or a cup of coffee. And actually, that helped us to improve our language a lot.
I see. Well, it's Ramadan over there, isn't it?
Yes.
So
it's actually 25th of Ramadan today.
So the gatherings have been put on hold for a while?
Yes. It's Ramadan here and in all the Muslim world.
Yeah.
And it's a special time of the year. Just a small explanation for our listeners about Ramadan. Yes, Ramadan is actually the 9th month of the lunar calendar, the Hijri calendar here. And during the month of Ramadan, we fast during the daytime.
Right.
And it's a month that actually we get closer to God. And we have special rituals during that month. So we actually we held an event, a Ramadan event recently, to introduce our culture during Ramadan to the Korean society here. Because many of them actually, they've been here for the first time.
Right.
So we introduced the Ramadan culture to the Korean community. And we're planning to resume our language speaking group, the Korean speaking group, right after Ramadan.
Yeah. So during the Ramadan, you had the gathering for the Korean expat community, and I understand that your next big gathering is scheduled for the traditional Korean holiday, Chuseok.
Yes, absolutely. Because one of our objectives is also to introduce the Korean culture here. So we're actually planning on the 28th of September to have a Chuseok festival in UAE.
Great.
Actually, that event we're planning to have it in Dubai, because actually we do it in different cities in UAE. So, and our plan is basically to introduce the Korean culture during Chuseok. We're introducing hanbok, we're introducing Korean food, we're introducing main traditions of Koreans during that great festival.
Yeah. I also hear that you wrote an article on 10 things that Korea and the UAE have in common. What are some of those things that we have in common?
Oh, yeah. Okay. This article, actually, I wrote it because during my journey of learning about Korean culture, I realized there's actually more than I thought that there is in common. And I was like, then why not put them together? So then I started writing an article, and I was planning actually to publish it sometime soon. I didn't know I'm going to publish it on the radio. The thing is, culturally I found it similar, although geographically we might not be, very near each other. I'll give you examples.
Sure.
Both cultures are family-oriented. We focus on, basically family comes first. And any decision that's made, then an individual always puts the family ahead of everything. Other thing is this massive development that happened in both countries in very short time.
Yeah.
Like over 40 years, both countries went through massive development, and things are not the same as 40 years ago.
Right.
But and the size, for example, didn't matter for both countries on this development, and also kind of something I just mentioned, that we use the lunar calendar.
Right.
And same thing in Korea.
Yeah.
Also, we have two big festivals here. We have the Eid festival. We have Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Where in Korea there is the Seulnal and the Chuseok.
Right.
And they're both are based on the lunar calendar as well.
Right.
And we also got both countries, they stick to their traditions.
So,
although this change happened in a very short time, however, I'll give you an example. One thing it attracted me made me think that the Korean culture is very fascinating, is people, although that lots of change happened in their society, but people are proud of their culture and they stick to it and they love to share it. Same thing here as well. People are really proud of their culture and they love to share it and they love to learn other cultures as well.
You're right. We do have a lot more in common than we thought.
You know what? There's something very interesting I want to add. I didn't know this until recently. Because here, basically, our traditional cloth is called kandura. It's a white piece of cloth that we wear. And I realized that in Korea, during Joseon dynasty, people used to wear white clothes, and the men used to be called the white-wearing men. I found this interesting.
The hanbok that men wear.
Yeah, I'm talking here about the Korean traditional wear for men.
Yeah.
Ekwi meaning to?
Turumagi, perhaps.
Yeah, well, I didn't get the Korean pronunciation of that yet.
Right. You were in Korea recently, and I hear you were a bit of a tourist attraction yourself when you were in a traditional costume at one of the palaces here in Seoul.
Actually, yeah, I was in Korea. Actually, I was in Incheon, in Songdo, a little bit over a month ago. Well, first, let me tell you about my visit in Incheon. That visit actually opened my eye on many other things in Korea. Because most of the people, when they visit, they go to the just main touristic attractions. But my stay in Incheon, I got to see things like, well, besides this main ones, and the people would go to like Incheon Bridge and the Gangwon-do Island. I get to visit some of the facilities. And one of the facilities I visited, and I found it very interesting, was the Gachong Hospital. And I mean, have you been there before?
I'm not sure. No, I don't think so.
Not yet? Okay. Well, that place is way beyond the hospital. It's more like a research center where actually they're doing research. They're actually working on an advanced research on MRI. They're about to produce the 7 Tesla MRI machines in the market.
I see.
And for me, I found that very interesting, and I think that Korean people should be proud of such a place, such a hospital and research center. And this is one of the places I got to visit, and I found it interesting. And and I'm looking forward to come back to Incheon for the Asian Olympic Games in 2014.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, regarding that's me being a touristic attraction. During one of the days of my stay there, I was visiting Gangwon-do Island, and I was thinking, why not try to wear our traditional clothes at that visit? As I told you, we have something called kandura.
Yeah.
And it's actually a white piece of cloth with a white head cover and black ring. It's called Khita and Agal. Went to the Gangwon-do Island, and there are a lot of tourists who go there. And I ended up being a touristic attraction, as you said, and there were people lining up for photographs and stuff. This was a great experience, I think.
I understand that a Korean pavilion will be opening in the Global Village in Dubai soon.
Yes, absolutely. The Global Village, actually, it's an international event that we have it here in UAE, and in particular in Dubai. Basically, it's about a theme park, kind of, where we have so many pavilions of different cultures and different countries. And every year new pavilions open. This year, for the first time, the Korean pavilion actually is opening. And basically, it's an excellent place for traditional performances, so people can come to the pavilions and attend the traditional performance. Also, it's a good place for the Korean companies or Korean retail to introduce their products. So there are actually shops that only has Korean products during that the Global Village. I mean, different pavilions have their different countries' products.
For people interested in the Emirati Korean Friendship Society, where can they get more information?
Well, they could actually look us up on Facebook. They could check it out. It's Emirati. The spelling of Emirati is Emirati. Emirati. Emirati Korean Friendship Society on Facebook, or they could actually follow us on Twitter at Emirati Korean FS. And we're still working on our webpage, and once it's on, we'll announce it.
Great. Well, I am glad to hear that a society of this kind is finally up and running, and we look forward to more great stuff coming as a result of the Emirati Korean Friendship Society. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Ms. And again, warm greetings to the wonderful people of Korea.
Thank you. That's Mr. Humaid Al-Hamadi, the chairman of the Emirati Korean Friendship Society, which was launched in Abu Dhabi a few months ago.